Hi guys, we're going to talk about starting our next project here in this video. We won't get into all of the details about it, but we will get it started and get all of your files set up and ready to go. For this one, you're going to need to download a few things from our classroom page. So I have 3 files here that you need to download: the joyous holiday tag, tree.png, and curlyswirly.png. So if you click on one of those files, you can either right click here and go to save image as and then save it to your computer, or you can click on the 3 dots, open in a new window, and then it'll give you this download button. So whichever way you go to get those downloaded, either way is fine. Okay, so here we go. We are in Photoshop, so open up your Photoshop. Okay, create a new document. So go to File, New, and we are going to make this one at 4 inches by 4 inches. Resolution 300 pixels per inch. Color mode will be RGB. Hit create. Okay, so here's my new blank document. You can see I'm a little bit ahead of us because you can see our tree brush. But anyway, what we're going to do is we are going to first place that the joyous holiday tag file into this document. So that is the order that you need to do things in. If you just open that tag up in Photoshop, it's not going to end up being the right size. So what we need to do is create that new document that's 4 inches square and then place that tag in there. So mine's right here, I think. I'll hit place, and there we go. It doesn't quite fill up the space, but I'm gonna increase the size of that guy just a little bit, and I will fill up the space as best as it works out. It doesn't fit perfectly, but it's pretty close. Okay, I'll hit enter, and there we go. So what we're gonna do for this little mini project, I would call it, is to recreate this tag kind of fairly accurately. It's not going to be perfectly accurate, but we're gonna make it and put our own little spin on it a little bit. So what we're going to do first off is to create a color theme. So we need to go to color.adobe.com. Okay. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to sign into your Adobe account. If you have not done that yet, you'll have to create an account. I think if you click right here, it should have an option to create account or sign in or something like that if you don't already have an account. So it's going to ask you for your account information. Just put in your email and your name and all of that, and then it will send you an email, and you need to open that email, click on the link, and then it will activate your account. And when you do that, then you'll be able to save your color themes as well as some other stuff that we'll talk about later. So for this project, we are going to create sort of a holiday or Christmassy kind of color theme. So we're gonna search for, reds and greens and things like that. So for the color rule, what we're gonna choose is custom. And what we're gonna do is pop back and forth between our Adobe Color and our Photoshop. And as you can see over here, I've already created a couple of different color themes with the sort of Christmas in mind because I've been working on this project. So here mine are, but we're going to talk about creating that from scratch. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to base our color theme on the colors that are already in this document. So to do that, what we're going to start out with is this eyedropper tool. So right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the top is our eyedropper tool. I'm going to select that, make sure it's a regular eyedropper. Okay. Now I'm going to click in my document on an area that is nice and solidly green. As you notice, the trees are a little bit distressed, so I'm going to try to pick an area where it's pretty solid in that green fill. So I'm just going to click, and there we go. And now you can see that my color has popped in here in my foreground color. I'm going to double click on that little swatch, or actually I think I can single click. Single click on that little swatch, and right down here, and it's already highlighted for me, I see this little number. This is the hex number that is associated with that exact color. So that will come in handy when we're creating our color theme. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control C, which is copy this number right here. It's highlighted already, so all I need to do is Control C, and then I'm going to go back to my Adobe Color. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, like I said, kind of a red and green holiday color theme. So I will have a couple of different greens in here and a red or two. So I'm going to start with my green. I'm going to highlight this hex number area and I'll paste my number in from Photoshop. And all I did was Control V is paste. I'll hit enter and there we go. There's my green that I got. So that's a good place to start. I might tweak this just a tiny little bit so that it's a little bit more of a vibrant green. Not super vibrant, but a little bit more vibrant green, and not too blue or too gray. So somewhere around there. Okay, so there I am. I have my first green. My next one, let's see, I'm going to drag this guy over and I'm going to choose kind of a more blue-green again, somewhere around there. Okay, so my next one then, let's drag this one around until I get a nice red that I like. I want it a little bit muted, not too pink, but maybe a little bit of pink. Okay, this one, we'll go just a little bit lighter. So you can drag these around within the color wheel, or you can actually drag these sliders down here too to get the color that you want. So I'm gonna go somewhere around there. And then this one is going to be my white. So I'm just gonna drag that one down right in the center. And actually, if I go all Fs, that should get me my nice pure white. Okay, so there is my color theme. You can play with yours a little bit to get the colors that you want. Once you do that, you can hit save, name your color theme. So mine, I've actually created, I think this is my third Christmas color theme, so I'm gonna name this Christmas 3. You can name yours Christmas or holiday or whatever you need to do. And then make sure you pay attention to where it saves to. Probably it'll go in my library. And now you can just hit save. And if you're signed into your Adobe account, you shouldn't have any problem saving it like that. Your next thing that you need to do is to sign into your Creative Cloud account. So mine is right here in the upper right hand corner. I click on that and there should be, if I wasn't already signed in, there would be an option to sign in here. So go ahead and sign in with that account information that you just created when you created your account in Adobe Color. So when you do that, then it automatically syncs here in Photoshop. And as you can see, I have those new colors that I just created. My new color theme is right there. And it's pretty similar to the other two that I created. But hey, what the heck, we'll create another one. So there we go, we have that. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to create a brush. So like I said, in this video, we're going to talk about getting kind of everything set up so that we're ready to create this document in the next video. So we have our color theme over here. Now we're going to create a couple of brushes actually. We're going to create a brush for this tree shape. We're also going to create a brush for this swirl. And I've given you the files for both of those. So let's start with the swirl. I did an image search online for sort of a swirl like this, and I was having trouble finding one that I liked. So what I did was I created one. So I created this little swirl in Illustrator, and it's not perfect, but hey, there it is. And now we're going to create our own brush from that little swirl that I made. So all you need to go to do this is have the file open, go to Edit, Define Brush Preset, and it will let you name that brush. Mine will be named Curly Swirly. Yes, I named that because what else should that be named? I don't know. Curly Swirly is what it is to me. So then you hit OK, and now you should have that brush available to you. So now I have a brush that is pretty much the exact same shape as that little one that I just made. So there it is. And now we're going to be ready to put that into our document when we get to that point. So we have that brush in there. So that's in my brush options. To get to that, just go to the paintbrush tool, which is like the 8th one from the top, I want to say. So the paintbrush tool, and then if you click up here, if it's not already popping up, and I've made this brush a couple of times, so that's why we're seeing it a few times, but it should be right at the end of your paintbrushes. So you just created your own brush, which is kind of cool, right? Lots of fun. Okay, so we're going to do that same exact thing for a tree. So all we need is our Christmas tree shaped. So tree, I think .png is what I have that file named as. Yep, tree.png. So you downloaded that from our classroom site. So again, I've just created this tree shape, and now we're going to go to Edit, Define Brush Preset again. And we'll name that, you can name it tree.png or whatever you want, or even just tree probably will be fine. Click OK, and now I have a paintbrush that paints trees on, which is kind of fun also. Excuse me. Okay, so there you go. You have both of your brushes created, and you have created a new color theme. So in the next video, you will be able to get ready and start making this little image. All right, I'll see you then.